Hello and welcome to the big picture. Government proposes to bring about a constitutional amendment to ensure reservation in promotions for SC and STs in government jobs, with the bill waiting for passage in Rajya Sabha. The bill, which was scheduled to come up today, did not, following the disruption of the House. However, the proposal has been facing stiff opposition from some sections, with the Samajawadi party openly having declared its opposition to it. The need for bringing out such an amendment following the Supreme Court striking down the UP government seniority rules in April this year has been taken up by the BSP strongly. While the politics of Uttar Pradesh plays out on this issue, certain experts have even questioned the way in which the constitutional amendment has been drafted by the government and whether it is the best legitimate option. We will discuss the issues raised by these amendments, both legal and political, today, along with S.Rajaiah, Congress MP, Narendra, Jadhav, Member Planning Commission, P.S.Krishnan, former Secretary Backward Classes Commission, Venkitesh Ramakrishnan, Deputy Editor of the Frontline magazine, and on the phone line is Kamal Farooqui of the Samajawadi party. Welcome to all of you. Let me first go to Mr. Farooqui. Mr. Farooqui, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, sir.
Mr. Farooqui, your party is the only one which has openly come out against this constitutional amendment. What is the rationale behind this opposition to this amendment?
The Honorable Supreme Court is very clear on this. And we are demanding that, yes, we should not be seen as we are against the cause of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, but we are that as far as the promotion is concerned, promotion, if at all some reservation is to be given, then it has to be given along with the OBCs also. Because if we are not giving the reservation and the promotion to the OBC also, then we are putting them into a lot of problems. They will be in the most disadvantageous position. So if at all it is to be given, our party point is that it should be given to the other classes also. Like the Congress has been talking about the Muslim reservation.
Right.
It is not taking it up at all. Wherein Article 341 very clearly says originally that there should not be any discrimination. Now they have discriminated. So they are supposed to file an affidavit in the Supreme Court for the last 2 years. They are not doing it. So Congress is playing a politics of rewarding Mayawati ji for whatever she has done in the parliament. But at the same time, not listening to the people who are belonging to the backward and minorities community. So, if at all the reservation of the constitutional amendment is to be brought, it has to be taken up along with all other issues which are pending with reference to the reservation, both at the initial level as well as at the promotion level.
Mr. Farooqui, you are alleging that the Congress is playing politics, Mayawati is playing politics, but the charge is that you are also playing OBC politics here.
No, we are not playing politics. We are saying that OBC, if at all promotion is to be given, it should be given to the OBCs as well. Where is the politics in it? We are saying that yes, there's absolutely no issue. But if at all you are giving a reservation in the promotion, give it to OBCs and minorities also. And the politics in it. We are very reasonable.
Okay, let me get Mr. Rajaiah in on this. Mr. Rajaiah, the Congress MP. Mr. Rajaiah, two points made by Namaskar. 2 points made by Mr. Farooqui. One is that the Congress is playing politics. It had made promises to the Muslims, but it is not talking about it. Now it is rewarding. And he also says that the Congress is rewarding Mayawati for whatever she has done in favor of the Congress party and the UPA government in the parliament. These are two serious charges. Mr. Rajaiah.
So first of all, I should say good evening to everybody. See here, the point is, there is a social inequality and something called economical inequality. In both ways, the depressed class like SC, STs was suppressed for a longer period. They are bottom of the society, because to bring back them to the mainstream, at the time of independence and after the independence, a special provisions were made in the constitution to bring them on in the mainstream by giving such reservations and extra support to the vulnerable groups which were socially depressed for years together, and in order to check this and to bring the harmonious society. It is a society's requirement. It is a nation's requirement.
Mr. Rajaiah,
narrow down the social and economical inequality.
Mr. Rajaiah, these are well known. Mr. Rajaiah, these are well known.
Yeah.
My specific questions were that Congress is playing politics. It is trying to appease Mayawati. One. Second, you know, the OBCs also should be brought into it. Why OBCs? This is the Samajawadi Party's point. Do you have anything to say on these 2 points?
Yeah, see, I am coming to that point only. See, when we know this fact, background note, we should not attribute this has been done in the interest of the Mayawati, or it has been done in the interest of some XYZ. It is not this way. It is not the issue. The issue is these people need some special support so that they will come to the mainstream. So it was the government was committed. It was doing several programs to bring them back to the mainstream.
Okay.
So this is an issue, but not related to anything to the politics. But whereas in SP, they are bringing in order to check this issue, pushed it back, they are bringing the OBCs issue. See, if it is really OBCs, I don't say that they did not require any support. But they must separately, they must demand that OBCs are also economically weak. They need some support, and separately they can fight it. Once you give to SCs, to OBCs should be given, it is not the issue.
Okay, Mr. Rajaiah.
We should separately, it is separate and look at.
Okay, Mr. Rajaiah. Farooqui wants to intervene. Mr. Farooqui?
Yeah, sir, I just want to ask him, who had appointed such a committee? It was Congress who appointed such a committee.
Absolutely.
What is the observation of such a committee? It says that the Muslims are worse scheduled caste. So while they are talking about scheduled caste and they are talking about the promotion in the reservation, why they are not talking about resolving the issues of the Muslim reservation under Article 341?
Okay.
They themselves say that they have gone below the scheduled caste level. What are they doing? I want to ask them very specifically.
No, anyway, Mr. Rajaiah's point is that, you know, these are all valid issues which you have raised, but why try to bring it in between this? It can be fought separately. Anyway, let me bring the
constitutional amendment they are talking about.
Oh,
they are talking about the constitutional amendment.
Yes.
Why not do it in one go?
One go. Okay. Let me bring in Mr. Krishnan. Mr. Krishnan is a former secretary of the Backward Class Commission, somebody who understands the issues of reservations very well. Mr. Krishnan, one of the points which is being made by the Samajawadi Party is bring all these issues into one constitutional amendment. You think that is a legally possible thing to happen?
First, let me clarify.
Yes.
I was not Secretary to the Backward Classes Commission. I was Secretary to the Government of India.
Secretary to Government of India, and also
Number two,
yes. Yeah, okay.
I was Member Secretary, National Commission of Backward Classes,
Right.
Member, National Commission for Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes, etc.
Okay.
Now, coming to the issue, for Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes, there is already reservation provided in promotion by the Constitution.
Right.
By 1955 onwards.
Right.
Then, after the Mandal judgment,
Right.
also it continued within the 5-year limit that Mandal judgment prescribed. Subsequently, before the 5-year period expired, Article 16.4 was introduced, So reservation for SC is a continuing story.
Right.
And the need for it, I will give, out of the many instances which I know, I will give one example why it is necessary.
Right.
The 1964 batch panel was prepared for Secretary's panel, 1964 batch.
Right.
When the panel went to the Home Minister, he noticed there was not a single SC or ST in it. And he said, how can I approve such a panel, and returned it.
Right.
Then they brought in 2 scheduled caste officers, competent people, Bikram Sarkar and Darshan Kumar, as curry leaves, got the list cleared, and then they did not appoint them as secretaries. So that is why reservation is required. I can give many more instances, but I have given you one example.
Right.
Therefore, reservation for SC/ST is essential.
Yes.
For backward classes, it's a new story. If that is required, that should be separately discussed, not to put obstacles for SC and ST, and for social educationally backward, not economically backward, social educationally backward classes, including backward classes of minorities, particularly Muslims, that should be taken a separate issue. A consensus evolved. In the case of SC, it is already consensus, unanimity, continuity.
Right.
Therefore, all that we are doing is make it stronger, safer, so there is no difficulty in the courts.
Right. Okay.
And reservation was existing in 16.4a. It has not been scrapped by the Supreme Court.
No, okay. Mr. Krishnan, one more thing I want to know from you. Do you think that this constitutional amendment, as drafted by the government, as was introduced in the as is being introduced in the Rajya Sabha, is this a sound amendment, or do you think there are some lacunas in there? Because some certain experts feel that it is not the best amendment which should have been brought about. Because the issues of efficiency,
letter to all the ministers.
Issues of efficiency and inadequacy.
Let me explain to you.
Yes.
If you give me time, I will explain to you.
Yes, please.
I have written a detailed letter to the 3 or 4 ministers concerned, to Prime Minister and other leaders of all political parties, about what is the problem in the judgments.
Right.
The judgments say, for example, 16.1 is a fundamental right.
Right.
But 16.4.4a are not fundamental rights.
Right.
That has to be clarified. Therefore, the amendments could have been stronger. Of course, this amendment will help. But the amendments could have been stronger, more thoroughgoing.
Right.
In fact, the preamble has been prepared carelessly. There are mistakes. It says, for example, the reservation provision discontinued after Mandal judgment, which is not true. So there are mistakes in the preamble also.
Okay.
So there could have been a better constitutional amendment. I can help the government if they can read, discuss, understand. With my knowledge of the last 65 years of SC, ST, BC,
right.
I am considered the authority in this subject.
Okay.
But unfortunately, the government has not taken advantage of my knowledge and my experience.
Okay, Mr.
Which are given to them.
Okay, Mr. Krishnan, I'll come back to you.
There can be better amendment.
Okay.
There can be better amendment, but let not the best be the enemy of the good.
Okay.
Let this amendment pass, and anything more can be done later also.
Okay. Venkatesh, coming to you. Two issues. One is the legal issue which Mr. Krishnan was pointing out about some of the problems in the drafting of the amendment itself. We'll keep that aside. I'll get Mr. Narendra Jadhav in on that. I want you to talk about the politics of this. Here is Samajawadi Party openly advocating. I mean, they're not saying that we're against it, but they're saying that bring OBC, Muslim reservation, all these issues into it. How do you see this politics being played? Is it the politics of Uttar Pradesh being played out at the national level?
There is no doubt about that. I mean, it is very evident. Anybody who is a political observer, who knows how the government functions, how politics functions, would know that that there is a quid pro quo. There is a sense that that this is an extension of the reward for favors politics.
But in all fairness, this was an amendment which has been thought about ever since that April 2012 judgment in the UP case.
Certainly, but then the whole process, the kind of bargaining that went into the FDI and retail debate, and it's well known how the BSP, virtually forced the government to move this amendment at this point of time, saying very clearly that...
So you're talking about quid pro quo there?
Certainly. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, I think, anybody who denies that quid pro quo would be blind to the kind of real politics that goes on in this country. But having said that, what I feel is that, that this whole debate and the controversy itself points towards the deficiencies in our democratic system. See, on a question like this, there should be no debate at all. There should be no controversy at all. It should be collectively implemented, but then it should also be well thought out. It should be very clearly formulated. And for that, I suppose all the political parties need to come together. As the SP leader himself said, technically they cannot oppose this because they understand that there is it is immensely relevant and valid. But then when you initiate steps like this on the basis of short-term political considerations and on the basis of short-term political gains, these mistakes are bound to happen. And that is what Krishnan also pointed out, that even in the preamble, there are mistakes. So I think that the very mistakes and the limitations of the drafting itself points towards how this politics is being advanced. So I suppose, it points towards the deficiencies and the problems in our democratic polity. I suppose one needs to think about these things in a larger
But you are, as far as the need for such a amendment is concerned, you have no doubts about it.
Absolutely no doubts about it. The point is, we should not have made this into a spectacle like this. We should not have made this into a controversy like this.
Okay, Mr. Jadhav, coming to you, two issues. The infirmities in the amendment itself, the preamble. Mr. Krishnan says the preamble itself is, there are lacunas in it. How do you see this? Why do you think this has happened? Do you think because of the haste with which this has been brought about? Is that the issue? And secondly, the need and the rationale for this amendment.
Well, many observations have been made. First of all, good evening to everybody. Other than me, all the four speakers have a political connotation of what they're saying, and this is seen as a political issue.
It is a political issue.
But as a member of Planning Commission,
yes,
much as I wish, I will have to refrain from making any political statement. That I want to clarify first. It's very interesting that all the four panelists have agreed, more or less, that there is no doubt in anybody's mind about the rationale, about the need for reservation and promotion. I want to say here, Krishnan, my friend P.S.Krishnan talked about how the reservation and promotion is actually in effect from 1955.
Right.
But the purpose of this amendment is to make it stronger. When you asked him a question whether it could be made even further stronger, he answered that in affirmative and he offered his services.
Yes.
I think that his point is very valid and that should be taken on board. What I feel is that there is a kind of silent revolution taking place in our country. Where is the need for reservation? Basically, the need for reservation comes from the innate inability of the system to be fair. If the system were just and fair, there is no need for reservation.
Absolutely.
It is because there is the innate inability of the system to be just and fair, we have this reservation, affirmative action form of reservation. Now, infirmities that you talked about in this process, those could easily come out. I don't think it was done in a haste. I think that to talk about, doing many other things is kind of not only overlooking the major issue here, but it is kind of obfuscating the issues involved. There could be infirmities in the proposal which is under discussion, but then that should be decided by a discussion in the parliament. So my feeling...
I'll come back to you, Mr. Jadhav. I think Mr. Farooqui wants to, is in a hurry. Let me go back to Mr. Farooqui. Mr. Farooqui, the issue is that, everybody agrees that, the issues of OBC and things like that can be looked at separately. But bringing this issue as your party is trying to do is, it is said that you're trying to obfuscate the main issue. You're trying to deny the SCs and STs that what is due to them. You see, for instance, just one figure I can give you. Recently, out of 149 top government officers, not one of them at the secretary level is from the scheduled caste or scheduled tribe. Don't you think this itself, very glaringly points out for the need for this amendment to be brought in as soon as possible?
Absolutely. We are saying that, yes, the injustice has been continuously done to this lot, along with the OBCs and the Muslims. We know, that this again and again I'm talking about
Mr. Farooqui, sorry to interrupt, but this stand which you people are taking is exactly the kind of stand which some of your parties are taking on the issue of women's reservation also. And we know what has been the fate of women's reservation. Do you think by taking this stand you're just trying to put off this whole issue at all?
Okay, sir, agreed. Agreed. As far as this women is concerned, or as far as the reservation and the promotion is concerned, this is hanging for long. and we wanted to get it settled. But don't you think that the Muslim issue should also be discussed? We had given, when we were in 2006, we passed a unanimous resolution in the assembly and gave it to them that 341 should be taken care of. Why they are not taking care of? Because they are not interested in the Muslims, or they are not interested in OBC. We say that there is a time we should discuss this in detail, that yes, reservation in the promotion is also required, but at the same time, these two issues are also required.
Okay.
Do it simultaneously. Why can't you do it simultaneously?
Okay, Mr. Farooqui, I mean, from your stand, it's quite evident that, you people are not willing to give up on the stand which you have taken. Anyway, thanks for joining us on the phone line. We need to go into a short break now. Please keep watching. We'll be back very soon. Welcome back. We are discussing the issue of reservations in promotion and seeing what are the hitches which are stopping that from getting passed in Parliament. Let me go to Mr. Krishnan now. Mr. Krishnan, you heard the various arguments. Mr. Farooqui, the Samajawadi Party seems to be bent on trying to see that all these issues get taken up together. In fact, which for any common observer, it's quite evident that cannot happen.
I want to clarify one thing.
Yes, Mr.
Like
Krishnan.
Narendra Jadhav.
Yes.
Like Narendra Jadhav, I am also free from party politics.
Yes.
Long before the Samajawadi Party and BSP came into existence,
Yes.
reservation for SCs was provided in 1955 in promotion.
Right.
So it has nothing to do with politics.
Yes.
There may be some current political issues, but the right of the SC/ST is unconnected with politics. It is intrinsic, it is human, it is constitutional.
Yes.
So this is number one. Number two, this is existing reservation in promotion. All that is sought to be done is to protect it and make it stronger.
Right.
Now, this bill should be allowed to go through. The backward classes have got a case, but that case, a consensus arrived at, we should discuss. I can help them because on my cabinet note,
Mr. Krishnan,
reservation for backward classes provided.
Mr. Krishnan, Mr. Krishnan,
So,
I
know the backward classes situation.
Mr. Krishnan, I have a question. Sorry for intervening. See, you say that this has been there from 1955. Yes. You say that this is an ongoing process. Yes. And this amendment is being brought about only to strengthen that process. But going by the numbers which we have seen, the kind of vacancies which exist especially the Class A and Class B, and especially Class A and Class B. Why do you think these vacancies are there? Why do you think SC/STs officers have not found places in these top positions? If the reservations were already there.
There are two reasons.
Yes.
There are two reasons. As I told you, in the 1964 batch, 2 SCs were included in order to get the panel passed by the Home Minister, and after they were thrown away like Kadipatta. Neither of them was brought as secretary.
Yes.
Then, secondly, unconscionably, unwarrantedly, by executive order, reservation in promotion limited to the first level of Class 1. Instead of saying it will be there for all levels.
Right.
Therefore, now we should say, in fact, one of the measures which has not been mentioned in the present amendment is reservation should be at all levels of promotion, not merely first level of promotion, first level of Class 1.
So
these are the reasons. One, lack of commitment on the part of people. Second, unnecessary restriction placed. If these two obstacles are removed, then it is possible to see that SC/ST come in reasonable numbers. And once this problem is solved, we will also clear the field for taking up the issues of social and educationally backward classes, including backward classes of minorities, including backward classes of Muslims. Not all minorities cannot get reservation,
absolutely.
but backward classes of minorities can get reservation.
Okay, okay, Mr. Rajaiah. Mr. Rajaiah, you wanted to react to what Mr. Farooqui said.
Yeah, see, as Krishnan told very clearly, this cannot be compared. The reservation promotion for SC/STs cannot be linked with the OBCs or Muslim minorities.
Right.
this reservation is being under continuation. It is to be strengthened and no human interference is required in such a way the bill should be brought. For that only the requirement of bill has came in, because they were ignored and their demand they were not taken into consideration. The reservation in true sense was not implemented. Because of that only we are bringing this Amendment Act.
Mr. Rajaiah,
This is
Mr. Rajaiah,
number two.
Mr.
See, on the name, this Samajawadi Party, on the name of OBC, they have more concern. They are wanted to show some more concern. They are taking these Muslim minorities and they are creating this, bringing this issue and mixing the whole issue in a complex situation.
Okay, Mr.
So
Rajaiah.
they are clearly
Rajaiah.
making a politics. They are just creating obstructions to the SC/ST reservations.
Okay.
It can be derived that they are more or less.
Mr. Rajaiah, please, Mr. Rajaiah, please, I have a small question before we need to wind up. Mr. Rajaiah, do you think your party, the government, will now ignore the Samajwadi Party's, objections and go ahead, because most of the other political parties have not raised any objection to it? So why should there be a problem? Or do you think that despite what the political party, the public stand they take, there are problems within every political party on this issue?
So I request the Samajwadi Party people also, it is a need. We are running this government. It is a democratic sector. So they also should think that these people, vulnerable people, they require this push and this facility.
Okay,
so
Mr.
they must
Rajaiah.
realize it. Don't make it as a political view.
Okay,
so
Mr.
because Samajwadi Party support is required for the UPA government too.
Okay.
Because of that only we wanted to set back this reservation bill. No.
Okay.
It's not, it's not that.
Okay, Mr.
They must
Jadhav.
realize.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Rajaiah, thank you. Mr. Rajaiah, thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
Mr.
I have
Jadhav.
very quick,
Yes, quickly.
four brief points.
Yes.
One is that there was a reference made by Mr. Farooqui about government not being interested in Muslims and about the Sachar committee. I just want to put on record that after the Sachar committee was submitted the report, the government of India has set up an assessment and monitoring authority within Planning Commission to look after the provisions and to monitor its progress.
Okay.
So that is being done. That's
Okay.
one. Second point, that you raised a very important question, that in the Class A and Class B posts,
Yes.
not a single scheduled caste officer finds a place, and why that is happening.
Yes.
And Mr. Krishnan referred to that and made...
There's a mindset problem also.
Mindset is the problem involved. We still have a mindset where the graded inequality is there in the back of our mind. You know, in many places in I can give you an example of Maharashtra. There was a notification given that care should be taken to, while writing the confidential reports, care should be taken and one should take a lenient view. What was done was, all of them uniformly, what happened was everybody was given 2 grades below. So even with the lenient one, if you give them a jump, you are still falling short of it. Okay. So mindset is the problem.
Yes.
One final point is this, that we must allow this particular amendment to go through, as Mr. Krishnan said. Although improvements can be made because of the infirmities which are involved, let us remember that better is enemy of good. Okay. So I think we should let this go.
Okay, Venkatesh, last words to you very quickly. Do you think that the UPA government can go ahead with this legislation, with this amendment, without the support of the Samajwadi Party?
Well, I think it is possible. It is possible for them.
And do you think they're in a mood to do that?
I think they're in a mood to do that, and I suppose it's possible. I only wish that, that the government has spared us this controversy. I mean, the unwanted controversy on an issue where, where everybody could agree.
Yes.
If they had gone about it in a more methodical manner, this controversy would have been avoided. But then now that we have come to that, I suppose, I don't think any party can actively, like the Women's Reservation Bill, I don't think the kind of resonance that it created among various parties, that kind of resonance will not be there.
Okay, hopefully. On that hopeful and optimistic note, we will end here. Hopefully this amendment should go through despite the opposition which it is facing from a section of the political parties. We'll wait and see if this can happen during this winter session of the Parliament. Thanks to all my guests, Mr. Rajaiah, Mr. Krishnan, Mr. Kamal Farooqui, Mr. Narendra, Jadhav, and Venkitesh Ramakrishnan. Please keep watching. We'll come back with another issue of the big picture at the same time tomorrow.